Hey everyone, this is Rich Edmonds, and for this next video we're going to learn how to set up our basic HTML website. So what does that structure look like and how do we do that? So we have Visual Studio Code here. That's the editor that I really like to use. It's a very awesome editor and has a lot of features and just makes things nice. So what we'll do, let's create a new file. Let's set the type to HTML. Now we've got an HTML file to set up our website. So how do we do that? Well, first, the reason why I like VS Code is because it has all that built in, so we don't have to manually type out all the code. We've got snippets, and specifically what this is called is Emmet. So now we have the basic structure to our website. So let's look at each one of these tags and then kind of talk about all of them in order. And some of these tags we need, some of them we don't. And let's dive into it. So the very first tag that we have, and when I say tag, what that specifically means is we have a greater than and less than sign on either end of our name. And that name is what we call a tag. So this is a head tag. We have a body tag. I guess we could call this a doc type tag. So we have the doc type. What is that? Well, specifically what that does is it tells the browser what HTML it should define the page as. And what this tag is here is the HTML5 tag. And this tells, or the HTML5 doc type. And that'll tell the browser how to render the page. Now, if we didn't have that, it could cause trouble. It could run, the browser might not know what type of HTML we should interpret the page. So, you know, it could have weird quirks or different issues, or things might not work as expected, depending on the browser. Most browsers should insert that, but it's always best to make sure that that is included in each head page of our site. So we have that. Now, most of the time, you might come across these old type of tags in doc type. So here's one that I just copied and pasted from the site. Look how long that is. That's awful. Hard to remember. Might not even know what's going on. Those were the old HTML4 doc type tags. Thank goodness we don't need to know this anymore. So if you ever come across that, chances are you don't need it. I have yet to see a project that has actually needed that specific code. So you're pretty safe to go ahead and remove it. So there we have it. Now, something I always wanted to know as a beginner, well, this is uppercase. This isn't. Does case matter? When it comes to a doc type, it does not. We can even have it like this, doc type. However you prefer it. I personally like the uppercase. That's fine. Either way, it's up to you. So we'll go ahead and leave it like this. Next element we have is our HTML tag, and that's required for all pages to have that. That's what will make up the structure of our website. So that wraps everything. That should be the very next tag and the very last tag. Next, we have what's called the head tag. Now, I know some of this will seem overwhelming if you're a beginner and you're just starting into it. That's okay. Just know this is the basic structure. So we're going to take it really slow here. So we've got the head tag. Inside the head tag, we can put all kinds of different tags. We have meta tags, we'll have title tags, we'll have tags that go to our CSS and our JavaScript even, and we'll cover each one of those in each step. So first, let's just look at the tags that we have here. First of all, we have these meta tags, and they give the browser more information. So this very first one, this meta tag, is a char set. And that will tell it what type of text to interpret your code or your text. So we also have a viewport tag. That allows us to set the browser to be responsive. So when we pull up our website on a mobile device or a tablet, we can give it the instructions to set the initial scale. Now, there's lots of different settings with this particular tag. Out of the box, what we have here to be the width of the device width and the initial scale to 0, right? We don't want the scale to be 2. We don't want it to be smaller than 1. We want it to be as is when the device is loaded. So next we have this tag. Now this tag looks kind of old, and it is. We don't need it. So it's always best practice to look up and research what tags you're including on your site, because chances are some of them you might not need. For instance, this one, what does it do? Do we need it? Looks like no, we don't. It's actually kind of old, and it's meant for the IE11 browser and stuff with IE. After researching this, I've seen a lot of people leave this in here. If you support those types of older browsers, great. But chances are we don't need it. So I'm not going to include it in this. We don't want to leave just old junky code playing around. I like clean code. The next tag we have here is the title tag. And this is what will show up right here. So see how we have Google. This one says document. We can change this to anything that we'd like for our web page. So if we were to save this file, mostly when you save your web page, your initial page name, they're typically named index.html or index.php. In this case, we'll just keep it as index.html. And so now we've saved that. So now we can go and open up and find that file. And then we can see that here's the title of our website, and this is running right off of our desktop. So there's lots of information that goes in the head tag, but basically what you need is, to set what type of text, what characters will render, your responsive tag, and then the title, the name of your site. Then you've got your body tag, and that's where all of our HTML will go. And as we go throughout this learning experience with all the different lessons and HTML tags, will cover each of those, and we will use the same structure and learn about each of them inside the body tag. So that's where we'll put them. So I hope you found this good, but it's not super exciting yet, but we'll get to some fun examples, and we'll have fun learning along the way. So hope you liked it, and we'll chat with you later.